This conference will now be recorded.
Thank you. All right. Well, this is our July OCP hardware management meeting. I have today's agenda up, so we have. I don't think we have anything on except reports up from the work streams and the subgroups. Is there anything else that folks wanted to discuss today? All right. Well, hearing nothing else, we'll just get on down the road here. So let's see. The IC pass down. I think this is just the abstracts. We've been working on this and then have been reviewing those. So, okay. The call for abstracts that was all last week, and we've been dutifully going through and getting the schedule figured out for the OCP Summit track. So a lot thanks for all the folks that offered up a proposal for a session. There were an awful lot of sessions, so hopefully everyone will be happy with the selection process. So let's see. Amber was there. This was from last statement from last one about the component resilience. Is Amber on the call? I don't see her. Okay. John, was that contribution made?
Yes, that was.
Okay. Okay.
That
so
was
we
made
can,
on the 7th and it's currently in review and ballot within the IC.
okay.
So they will be making a request for a work stream within hardware management.
Okay. All right. Okay, we'll move on then. So hopefully we'll get a presentation version of that at some point here as we get the work stream kicked off. All right. So next one is the RAS API work stream. And this thing keeps resizing my window, so I can't seem to get the list of everyone. I don't see Sam or on either. Is anyone else from that? Anyone else from the RAS API workstream?
Well, since I've been following what they're doing, just tried to start up the workstream itself. They've already made their presentation. They are in the process of trying to get the CLA signed.
Okay.
So they have a minimum set they want to get to before they kick off a workstream.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're shooting for August 8th because all the companies have their legal processes going on.
Okay.
And they have agreed, everyone has agreed on a time, folks, those who have signed so far. So.
Okay. All right, moving on then. John, the manageability profiles.
Oh, yeah, so the baseline, I think all the changes are in. We're still reviewing. I think that it's mainly using the new power and thermal models within Redfish. And in addition to that, we'll be updating the OpenRMC profiles to version 1.1 to align with the OpenRMC specification, which Han may be talking about later.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Don't think Ms. Mick on. It's late for him.
I think we generally do the report for Mick since he's not going to dial in.
And do I have any updates from Mick on that? I think the profile work that he's doing is ongoing, and we're hoping to get something put together here for OCP Summit. what was it? It's a CDU. That's it. Okay. Here we go. Let's see, is Microsoft on?
No, but I can do this. I can talk to
You
all
want
of
to
these.
talk about this? Okay.
So this is basically another one. They actually had 3 contributions at the last IC meeting on July 7th. One was for GPU manageability in general. One was on GPU firmware update. And I forget the last one. But all of them are going to be work stream requests within the hardware management group. So they've contributed the documents at either 0.5 version or 0.7 version because they've done some level of work which they want to contribute to the work stream to complete the work. And so once that's approved, I think they will be, all 3 of them will be asking for work streams.
Okay.
So we have 4 work streams in flight.
Yeah. So what were those 3? There was just general GPU management.
Yeah, and there was GPU firmware update. And I'm looking for the last one.
Okay.
So go ahead without me. Come back to that.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Yogesh is on. I think that was I think we just came. Oh no, that was a different. That was yet another work stream that was on just before this call.
Yeah, that was fleet scale memory fault management, which we also
Oh, you got
have
both
as a
of these here. So
yeah. Yeah, too many work streams, right? Uh, it's probably good. A lot of work getting done, but yeah, good progress in that in FMFM. We're getting all the vendor and CSP traction there. Solidifying the agenda and the next steps. So that's good. Uh, Updating Wiki somewhat too. On the OCP hardware fault management subproject, which is our main project, I'm waiting for a couple of companies who have asked for some time for the contribution document to be reviewed by their legal. I've given them up till next coming Friday. They probably would ask for a little bit more time, but I'm going to go ahead and schedule it for IC in coming weeks anyway. So that's where we are. And additionally, work has started on error injection standardization. There's a lot of good discussion taking place on that. That's also under the main sub-project. So that's where all the activity is right now. There was quite a bit of discussion about all the overlapping work there is likely to take place. We already reached out to CSM, and Anil is here. He's collaborating with CSM's folks on the in-band error handling initiative. And then additionally, this GPU RAS, which kind of has become an extension of the GPU adaptation acceleration kind of is if it's not we've had some
Yeah.
discussion some go ahead, John, you have better perspective than me, please.
No, you just reminded me. That was the last item that I had up there was GPU RAS and the GPU
there we go.
update.
Okay.
So there is a lot of overlap with what GPU RAS is proposing to do with RAS API workstream, as I think IC and this leadership group also identified. So that is something we definitely want to avoid to uh, uh, and just to have one OCP standard for similar things. And the second thing is, and I think Antonio has joined too, he can chime in. And the other thing that is taking place there is also error injection, which Rama has been part of Rama from Microsoft has been part of hardware fault management project, and he's well aware and involved in error injection initiative, which I think we want to have one consolidated rather than piecemeal for one kind of accelerator or another kind of hardware. So I think that is something we wanted leadership to have awareness of, that hey, there's work which is overlapping and we do not want duplication. I want to avoid that.
Yeah, we certainly have enough work streams. We don't need to have duplicate ones, right?
Yeah, so good news on error injection is Rama agrees that yes, we will work within hardware fault management subproject. So part of the GPU, the third sub-bullet, that is GPU RAS, that will take place in hardware fault management. Only problem is they are not clear about what their structure is right now, legal structure that is. Is it CLA? Is it what? So that needs to be sorted out, but I do not know or think that they have any IP as such on the RAS aspect, which is something that just kind of starting on. So GPU RAS will become part of hardware fault management project. So will any error injection work. Now, the remaining part is GPU management, which I think, Antonio, if you want to chime in, uh, there was a lot of discussion. I think you were not present, maybe, but Drew Walton from Google was a bit surprised because another gentleman from Google came up with this proposal, which kind of overlaps quite a bit. So that needs to be sorted out. That's all.
Okay. I think, did Drew drop off? Yeah, he was on an earlier call. So, all right.
Yeah,
So, speaking of the previous call, so the flea scale folks, obviously you guys had a good crowd on the previous call, so that's good to see.
yeah. Yeah, there's good traction, good alignment taking place there. So very happy with that.
Okay. All right. Moving on. The hardware management module.
So the 2.1 review was approved by IC, working on incorporating some feedbacks.
Great.
And after that, we'll move into the signing phase.
Okay. I'm sorry. And there was did you have a second item there?
Oh, second item, the type 1 DCSM type 1 work is ongoing.
Okay.
And no update on the Run BMC.
Okay. Well, hey, getting a specification through the IC is a is a good update. So, okay. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. OpenRMC. I thought I saw
Yes,
it there. Yeah, Hans here.
yes. So the update is we're gonna present one-on-one in the IC meeting. So we have the OpenRMC 101 as agenda for this Thursday afternoon. Yeah. So ready to present. So this is the only update for the OpenRMC part. So John, do you have anything for device manager? Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't find my mute button.
Yes.
No, they're making some final changes before the inclusion of additional functionality for phone update.
For firmware update.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think that we hit all of the sub projects. Let's see. Anything, any other topic? I guess I have a topic I could add this here. What's that called? Subproject?
Sustainability project.
Oh, it's just a project, right?
It's a fullable project.
It's a full project, yeah. I presented to one of the work streams, which was one of the work streams within the sustainability project, and actually maybe it's a sub team. I can't remember maybe it is a work stream, but that work stream is concerned with data center efficiency metrics and what else needs to be done there. So I had talked to them. The presentation I made yesterday was just an intro to the sustainability data that's available already in via the Redfish interfaces. So power, energy, location data, make, model, serial number, those kinds of things. And I've been offering the sustainability project a tie-in with the hardware management groups here, especially John with your with the profile work stream. I think that the best way to get those some alignment between these projects is for sustainability folks to give us a the list of data that they need, and that we turn that into a profile for them, and then how we place that into the requirements list. Does that become part of our baseline management profile? Do we give them a separate sustainability data profile, which I kind of like from a visibility sense, but it may not be it may be fairly trivial given the things that are in our baseline. But wanted to, as the folks in the sustainability project try to accomplish some things, I mean, the crawl, walk, run on a lot of those fronts is you can't make progress if you don't know what you're measuring, and if you don't have anything to measure, you don't know if you've made any progress. So at least from the energy consumption, which obviously equates into a lot of the carbon footprint questions that are top of the list for a lot of folks. That's data that we already have, and we need to get some consistency on on ensuring that every product has that information available. So I've been starting that work with them, and I want them to drive the conversation in terms of what data they need, and then we'll do the translation of how to best make that available, and what can we go put on the industry to say let's get this stuff out in a common fashion.
So I would recommend that the sustainability project just file an issue on the profile GitHub.
Oh yeah.
Stating what they want, that way it's out in the
Mm-hmm.
open. Other people can add their comments as to what they need. One thing they had told me was, I believe, power consumption was recommended or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or power limit was recommended, and they would like it mandatory. So I said, make an issue, guys. That way we all know why we went and changed it, because making something from recommended to mandatory would require bumping the revision of the baseline, because we're changing a requirement. So I said, all that has to be out in the open. So because we're about to tell people 1.0 was great, but you really want 1.1 to be aligned with what the sustainability guys want to do.
Okay.
And secondarily, I know you haven't talked to them, but there's the people doing the new efficiency calculation, right? They
Yes.
basically, the PUE is insufficient. We got to go do something else. And what I've told them is that just as we went to the green grid and said, you have a calculation for PUE, we like an appendix which says, if you want this data off a redfish system, go get this property under this resource. So it's very deterministic exactly what they need to do. So I like to do the same thing with whatever calculation they have that,
Mhm.
you know, if they want a certain value, they just say in the appendix, you know, if you're on a river system, go get this resource and get this property, and
Yep.
everyone will get the same calculation, right? That's,
Uh,
because I think one of the problems with the PUE was that different people were using different input values.
yes. Well, and I think that, and part of the I think the need to get some more metrics there is some of those were also you know, was that a static value, you know, was that calculated once when the data center was built, or when all the hardware was deployed, or was this a, you know, as we go through the day and you know, workloads, you know, come and go, you know, how often are those metrics updated, and which, you know, what's the expectations there? So I think that's the other piece of that.
Well, yeah, and out of that exercise was basically they may come back and say, you don't have a property for what we want. And it's like, hey, that's even better.
Right.
You know, recommend
Oh,
a property that we should have it. You could name it, man. So
I don't know if that's better. I mean, I think we'd rather have everything they need. But yes, but we want that feedback, and then let's go get the data expressed for them. And you know, and I think there's another tie-in here with our liquid cooling management pieces to make sure that as some of their work on heat reuse, and, you know, other things that we may be able to measure and be able to provide calculations for. I think that's kind of the other thing. I'm mostly been focused on you know, electricity consumption, or, you know, power energy. But the heat reuse and the water usage, I think those are other pieces of the sustainability, you know, efforts that are gonna come up as well. But we will get there. So again, if we can start these processes and get these you know, get some of this stuff done, we can always enhance it and add more in the future. Okay. Any other topics for today? Any things folks want to bring up for discussion? I had a lot of people on the call today. It's awful quiet. All right. Well, hey, if there's nothing else, we don't, we will give you back in half an hour. So have a good rest of your day, and we will talk to you next month. And we're getting starting to get ready here for OCP Summit. So I hope everyone's starting to make their plans for that. All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll adjourn the meeting.